the room is a little warm. We're having trouble with our HVAC, so they had to shut it down, and because it was too cold, now it's too warm. So I welcome you all here today. Thank you for coming. It's a great way to start off the holiday season. This is the last concert for our fall series that was started by our dear friend Paul Agnew. He started our fall series here, and he sadly passed away in September. We missed him dearly, but he produced our fall series, and this is the last concert for the year, for this season, and then we'll start it up again in the spring. So I hope you enjoy yourself. Thank you all for coming, and we have South Shore Men of Harmony here to delight us all.
Thank you, everyone. This is actually one of our first concerts in a long, long time, as I'm sure you're all well aware of what's happened over the past few years. So we're going to get started by doing a couple of just traditional barbershop songs, as much for our benefit so we can remember how to sing, as it is to entertain you. So please sit back and enjoy. That's the only thing we ask of you, is just have a good time. And we are the South Shore Men of Harmony.
Goodbye, my Coney Island baby. Farewell, my own true love, my honey. I'm gonna go away and leave you, never to see you any, never gonna see you any. I'm gonna sail upon that ferry boat, never to return again. So goodbye, farewell, so long forever. Goodbye, my Coney Island. Goodbye, my Coney Island. Goodbye, my Coney Island. We all fall for some girl that dresses neat, some girl that's got big feet. We meet her on the street, then we'll join the army of married booths to the altar, just like leading lambs to slaughter. When it's over, oh boy, we get good. Bachelor days we then recall, Rich man, poor man, beggar man, thief, doctor, lawyer, merchant, chief, we all are bound for. Goodbye, my Coney Island baby. Farewell, my own true love, my honey. I'm gonna go away and leave you, never to see you any, never gonna see you any. I'm gonna sail upon that ferry boat, never to return again. So goodbye, farewell, so long forever. Goodbye, my Coney Island. Goodbye, my Coney Island. Goodbye, my Coney Island. Bye, bye, Coney
Is this some good spot here? Yeah. Okay. And this really is just tea. I have witnesses. The next song that we're going to sing for you was actually first performed back in 1961. And it was the flip side of the hit song Travelin' Man. And we get an idea what it is? It's Ricky Nelson's Hello, Mary Lou.
Pass me by one summer day, flash those big brown eyes my way, and oh, I wanted you forevermore. Now, baby, I'm not one that gets around, swear my feet stuck to the ground, and oh, I never did meet you before. I said, hello, Mary. Goodbye, heart. Goodbye, heart. I said, sweet Mary Lou, I'm so in love with you. I'm in love with Mary. I knew, Mary Lou, that we never part. So hello, Mary Lou. Goodbye, heart. Goodbye, heart. Saw your lips, I heard your voice. Believe me, I just had no choice. Wild horses couldn't make me stay away. Bum, bum, bum. Thought about a moonlit night, arms around you good and tight. That's all I need for me to say. Hello, Mary Lou. Goodbye, heart. Goodbye, heart. I said, sweet Mary Lou, I'm so in love with you. I'm in love with Mary Lou, Mary Lou. We never part. We never part. So hello, Mary Lou. Goodbye, heart. Goodbye, heart. Hello, Mary Lou. I'm in love with you. Yes. Hello, Mary Lou. Goodbye, heart. Right from the start, I said hello, Mary Lou. Goodbye, heart.
I can't shake it.
Take your time.
Sorry about that. For some reason, I just can't shake this cough today. So one of the traditions that our chorus and a lot of choruses in barbershop have is every year we go out and sing Valentine's on Valentine's Day. The typical barbershop quartet goes out with a rose. We're all dressed up and we sing to whoever your Valentine is. And over the course of the years, we've done a number of different songs. And then one year, Kenny, our director, had the genius idea of putting together 3 songs into what we call our love medley. And we're going to do that for you now. And men, if you want to book a Valentine's, just see Ken or Cal.
Let me call you sweetheart. I'm in love with you. Let me hear you whisper that you love me too. Keep the love light glowing in your eyes so true. Let me call you sweetheart. I'm in love with heart of my heart. I love you. Life would be naught without you. Light of my life, my darling, I love you. I love you. I can forget you never. From you I ne'er can sever. Say you'll be mine forever. I love you truly, truly, dear. Life with its sorrow, life with its tears, fades into dreams when I feel you are near. For I love you truly, truly, dear.
What's that?
Nevertheless.
Oh. For those of you familiar with old movies and watch old movies like I do, as my wife would testify, that last song you probably recognize from What's a Wonderful Life with Jimmy Stewart and Donna Reed. It was when the night they got married, Bert and Ernie, the cab driver and the policeman, serenaded them outside their honeymoon home in the pouring rain to that song. So the next song we're going to sing for you is probably one of the most recorded songs from the 40s and 50s. Frank Sinatra, the Mills Brothers, the McGuire Sisters. But as recently as about 10 years ago, Rod Stewart did a version of it on one of his albums. And the name of the song is called Nevertheless, I'm So in Love with You.
Maybe I'm right, and maybe I'm wrong, and maybe I'm weak, and maybe I'm strong, but nevertheless I'm in love with you, in love with only you. Maybe I'll win, and maybe I'll lose, and maybe I'm in for crying the blues, but nevertheless I'm in love with you, in love with you. Somehow I know at a glance the terrible chances that I'll be taking, fine at the start, but left with a heart that is breaking. Maybe I'll live a life of regret, and maybe I'll give much more than I get, but nevertheless I'm in love with you, in love with you. Somehow I know at a glance the terrible chances that I'll be taking, find a star, but left with a heart that is breaking. So maybe I'll live to regret and give more than I get, but nevertheless I'm in love. I've always been so in love, nevertheless I'm in love with you. I'm so in love with you,
It's the heat, it's so warm. I apologize, it's just the room is so warm, it's blowing out my sinuses. I apologize. We're going to sort of migrate our program a little bit. We are going to be doing a holiday program, but we're going to start off with I guess it's more of a spiritual as we get into our holiday music. This one of the things that epitomizes the Christmas season and the Christmas holiday are the lights. And way back at the very first Christmas, it was the light of a single star that harbored the advent of Christmas. So this song is all about that light, and it's This Little Light of Mine.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, oh brother. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. I've got a home in glory land that outshines the sun, brother. I've got a home in glory land that outshines the sun. I've got a home in glory land that outshines the sun, way beyond the blue. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it burn,
so don't shoot the messenger on this next song. This song was actually written in California back in, I believe it was the 40s, during the middle of a heat wave. Not exactly sure what the authors were thinking about. They obviously weren't from the Northeast. But it's been, the song itself has proved to be very popular. It's been in a number of movies, and it's been done by Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, and most recently by Carly Simon. And the name of the song is, again, Don't Shoot the Messenger, Let It Snow. F sharp.
Yep. Bass band.
Snowman in the yard is frozen hard, he's a sorry sight to see. If he had a brain, he'd complain, Betty wishes he were me, were me. Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. It doesn't show signs of stopping, and I brought some corn for popping. The lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I hate going out in the storm, but if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. The fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbying, but as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I hate going out in the storm, but if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. The fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbying, but as long as you love me so, let it snow, 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 let it snow.
What? I looked. What is wrong with me? I don't know. The next song that we're going to sing for you is, you're going to recognize it right away. But one of the most prettiest duets I've ever heard on this song was actually sung by two different groups, or combinations. One was Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga, believe it or not, and the other one was the Eurythmics. Both of them did versions of this song, which I find to be absolutely beautiful. And the name of the song is called Winter Wonderland.
Yeah.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away is the bluebird, here to stay is the new bird. walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow we can build a snowman, and take a chance, Parson Brown. He is Parson Brown. He'll say, are you married? We'll say, no, man. But you can do the job when you're in town. Later on, we'll conspire as we dream by the fire. To face unafraid the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow we can build a snowman, and take a chance, he's a circus clown. We'll have lots of fun with Mr. Snowman, until the other kiddies knock him down. When it snows, ain't it thrilling? Till your nose gets a chillin'. To frolic and play the Eskimo way, walking in a winter wonderland. Walking in a winter wonderland.
My paper moved. So for the next song that we're going to do it for you, for those of you who are, again, old movie aficionados or like them as much as I do, there was a little spat between two big stars of the day when this song first came out. It was actually between Bing Crosby and Bob Hope, because they both had recorded this song. They both had done it for movies. Bob Hope's movie was actually shot first, but because it came out later, Bing Crosby got credit for the song. And it's not White Christmas, because that's a lock. We're not going to go there. But the name of the song is actually Silver Bells. And Bob Hope recorded it first in a movie called The Lemon Drop Kid, but because of whatever, the movie actually came out after Bing Crosby's version did. So to their grave, they thought about this one, but we're going to do our version of it for you anyway. And here we are with Silver Bells. Thank you so much. The ringing of bells also heralds the arrival of someone very special. So they're all walking away, so obviously something else is going to happen. But with the ringing of the bells, we have a very special guest or guests for you today, and they are Mr. and Mrs. Santa Claus, and they are going to read for you from The Night Before Christmas. Mrs. Santa, where's Santa Claus?
He's a little busy in the workshop, he'll be here any second.
Okay.
I promise. He's got a lot of work. How about the social man Harvey? And just finishing up, I'll start the story. I think everyone knows it. What's the night before Christmas? Was the night before Christmas, when all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were all nestled, all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled down for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick. More rapid than eagles, his courses they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name.
Now Dasher, no Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away, dash away, dash away all!
As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the housetop, the courses they flew, with a sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney, St. Nicholas came with a bound. He came down with a bound, huh? dressed all in fur from his head to his toe, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and his beard of his chin was as white as the snow.
I look good.
The stuff of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work and filled all his stockings, then turned with a jerk. And laying his finger aside of his nose and giving a nod up the chimney, he rose. He sprang to the sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim as he drove out of sight,
Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
I'm new at this. But I do have, the little ones I have, what am I giving?
Give me a second.
Come on, guys, don't be scared of me. Come on up.
Anybody wants to come up?
Oh, I do have a hole in my set. Not much of a surprise then, is it? Oh, wait.
Oh, well, the little ones? Come on up, little ones.
Little ones of all ages, come on up.
Mrs. Claus wrote down this.
There's a bag, there's a hole. Yeah, there's a hole in your bag.
No, it's a hole.
Thank you, Santa.
Thank you, Santa. Thank you, Mrs. Claus. Merry Christmas. How are we doing? We all assembled?
We are.
We're all assembled. The next song we're going to sing for you has often been associated with Christmas, but it's not quite exactly the history behind the song. And again, history, like everything else, you have to take with a grain of salt. But the story, at least as I've heard it on the next song we're going to sing for you, the song was written in Malden, Massachusetts. So that's going to give it away to some, because some of you are experts. But it was actually written in response to something that the author of the song saw happening. And back then, if you can picture it, streets, Malden's still a good-sized city, but streets covered in snow in the wintertime, and before the advent of cars, everyone was riding around in sleighs, horse-drawn sleighs, especially in the wintertime. Well, at night, one sleigh couldn't hear the other sleigh coming. And it led to not a few accidents. So in response to that, they put bells on the harnesses of the horses so that they can hear each other when they're jogging along at night or being, transporting a sleigh. That is the origin, or that's the origin I learned on this song, and it's called Jingle Bells.
This is an audience participation.
Oh, and please, sing along with us. Oh, sorry.
Jingle, 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 jingle all the way. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Everyone. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. A day or two ago, I thought I'd take a ride. Soon Miss Fanny Bright was seated by my side. Jingle, 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 horse was lean and lank. Misfortune seemed his lot. He got into a drifted bank, and we got upset. Jingle, 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 jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in one horse open sleigh. Oh, jingle bells, jingle, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh, a one-horse open. Jingle, 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 jingle all the way. Hey!
That was for you, Santa. The next song we're going to sing to you, and actually the next few songs, actually were all based on either scripture or spirituals. And the one we're going to sing to you next was actually inspired by the Gospel of Luke, when Luke described the angels singing in heaven, heralding the arrival of the baby Christ. So the name of the song is Angels We Have Heard on High. And that is in F. Bass lead back.
Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plain, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strain. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Shepherds, why this jubilee? Why your joyous strains prolong? What the gladsome tidings be, which inspire your heavenly song? Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo.
One moment, please. So the next song we're going to sing to you, also based on the scriptures and the whole Christmas season, is Hark the Herald Angels Sing. G.
Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sinners reconciled. Joyful all ye nations rise, join the triumph of the sky. With angelic hosts proclaim, Christ is born in Bethlehem. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Hail the heaven-born Prince of Peace, hail the Son of Righteousness. Light and life to all he brings, risen with healing in his wings. Mild he lays his glory by, born that men no more may die. Born to raise the sons of earth, born to give them second
song we're going to sing for you has, it's worldwide recognized. There's very little you can say about it that hasn't been said by other people. But one of the most beautiful parts of this song, that I think anyway, is the fact that for the longest time it was sung in Latin. So we are very fortunate with us today to have someone who's going to sing the original Latin for us during the middle part of the song. And for that, please enjoy "O Come All Ye Faithful."
Natum videte regem angelorum, venite adoremus, venite adoremus, venite adoremus Dominum. Born this happy morning, O Jesus, to thee be all glory give. Word of the Father, now in flesh appearing, O come let us adore him, O come let us adore him, O come let us adore him. Christ the Lord.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to meet a very good friend of ours and a wonderful member of our chorus, Reverend Noble Sheepers. So the next song we're going to sing for you, you got to sing along. These are all Christmas carols we've known since we were kids. It Came Upon a Midnight Clear.
It came upon a midnight clear, that glorious song of old, from angels bending near the earth to touch their hearts of gold. Peace on the earth, goodwill to men, from heaven's all gracious King. The world in solemn stillness lay,
Smart guy. Actually, this is as good a time as any for some acknowledgements and introductions. The gentleman who just mentioned the loaf of bread is our president, and the person responsible for keeping us together for the last 3 or 4 years during all of the COVID and everything else, Mr. Carl Trainer. He was our guiding light through that dark era because he arranged Zoom meetings and everything else to make sure that we all stayed in touch with each other, even if we couldn't sing. At least we could stay in touch and stay together, and that was something we all really needed and appreciated. So Carl, again, thank you very much. I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge our percussionist, Mr. Rich Barry. And our director, who has stood with us through thick and thin and put up with all our foibles, Mr. Ken Sarunian. And there's a very special person in the audience. We call her our groupie. I'd like to acknowledge Ms. Flo Ragusa. She has been our supporter for, I think I first met Flo 30 some odd years ago. She's been a supporter of our chorus ever since, her and her late husband, Bill. Wonderful people, so thank you, Flo, for being here. I want to thank Mr. and Mrs. Santa Claus. Mrs. Santa Claus is also a very successful author based here in the South Shore. I believe she gave out the copies of one of her books earlier. So look her up, but you can get her details from her, so I don't want to give away her secret identity. And I'd like to thank Braintree Public Library, Thayer Public Library, for having us. Thank you so much. And all of you for coming out. Thank you. The next song we're going to sing for you, I mean, probably the most famous version is probably Michael Bublé. We're not going to come close to that. But the official title of the song is Cantique de Noël. Does anybody know what that song is? I thought I heard it. Oh, Holy Night.
Stars are brightly shining. It is the
so we'll do that first. A Christmas wish for you. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
Yeah. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings to you wherever you are. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
All right, pop quiz time. What's Robert Burns famous for writing? Oh, somebody's got to know. I heard it. I heard it right there. Hi, Barbara. Thank you for coming. My mother-in-law's here. I love my mother-in-law. Hi, Barbara. Yes, Old Lang Syne. We're going to sing Old Lang Syne for you now. And please join us.
Everyone on the tune-up?
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and days of old lang syne? For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne will take a cup of kindness yet for days of old lang syne. For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne will take a cup of kindness yet for days of old lang syne. For old lang syne.
That concludes our show. Thank you, all of you, for coming out and seeing us. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you.